All right, so let me take you a little bit into the way I think about really pretty girls or beautiful women, and let me take you into my psychology. And I think that I'm not that far from the actual truth. And this is where a lot of guys make the mistake in their perception of beauty. And let me take you down this road. So last weekend I met this absolutely beautiful woman who she expected me, according to her body language, she expected me to bow down and to submit to her beauty and her femininity. Now, let me elaborate here. She was absolutely stunning, probably the most gorgeous and most beautiful woman that night in that club. As most of you already know, I work in a nightclub, so I get to see the most beautiful women in Miami, and that is probably an understatement. So picture this: blonde hair, blue eyes, very Slavic features. I can tell, very thin body, very much in shape, 5'8", 5'9"-ish. She had some pumps, so that makes her like 5'10", 11, and she was fucking stunning, dude. And she approached the bar with her friends. She had like 3 or 4 other girls who were beautiful as well, but you can tell that she was the leader of the pack as far as looks are concerned. And I told her, hey, listen, you know, the bartender will take care of you. And she kind of scoffed at me, rolled her eyes at me as if, you know, like, servant, peasant, you're supposed to take care of me. And that's the kind of shit that I don't put up with. And immediately, right away, you know, and my approach was very friendly. Hey, he'll take care of you, you know. But her attitude towards me was like, you fucking peasant, don't you know that I am beautiful, that you have to submit to me? You see? And that's the kind of shit that a lot of guys don't read properly, and they, oh, yes, of course, your highness, let me do whatever it takes to please you and to make you happy and to make you accept me and believe in me. You see? And that's where a lot of guys make the crucial mistake. But little did she know that I was armed with a strong masculine center, that I come from a school of, it sounds so stupid, but a school of hard knocks, as far as like getting beat down and getting rolled over so many times throughout the decades. I kind of aged myself there, but throughout the years of making the mistake of bending over and submitting to women. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that you could make. And this girl was immediately threatened, and I can tell by her smug facial expressions and her insecure body language. And she totally showed her cards when I actually kept my cards close to my chest. And so what you have to understand is you never submit and surrender your identity and manhood to any woman, because if you do, she will be subconsciously alerted and reminded that you lost the test of strength. I mean, believe me when I tell you this.
Please believe me. Please believe me.
And not only do you lose a test of strength, you lose any ounce of manhood that's left inside of you, and you are no longer a viable option for her offspring. You have to understand, all of this happens at a genetic subconscious level. And so the way women perceive that, like once you lose that test, that's the shit test that I keep talking about. Once you lose that test and you fail to acknowledge that and you continue to pursue, you then bring the subconscious into the conscious mind, and that's when your manhood and your weakness transforms into neediness and thirstiness. And this, my friends, is what women fucking hate. They won't tell you this, and they won't show it to you in movies and music, and especially TV shows that are mostly written by women and beta males and soy boys, Hollywood soy boys. They always perceive the man to be weak and needy and a mouth breather, a knuckle dragger, a dummy, you know, always looking slackish, and that's the norm when it's not. You have to understand that this behavior is the absolute lowest form of masculinity, and it borders on the likeliness of beta male and soy boy existence. You see, this is why very beautiful women are attracted to rough-looking, strong-minded, borderline assholes, because they know that those characteristics make up what I like to call the security identity. And the security identity, I break it down like this. This is a phrase that I kind of made up, but it still resides within the psychological books, books about manhood, books about becoming a man, but I kind of dubbed it the security identity. It's from my personal experience, and this is what every woman wants. At the end of the day, that's what they want, is a protector and a provider, period. Anything else is like subsurface scatter. And it's funny that I say that, because subsurface scatter comes from the computer gaming designing world, but look that up, subsurface scatter, and that's the way light behaves on a surface. Anything else is just translucent. You see what I'm saying? It's all a show. show. Women are just as visual as men are, if not more, but they'll never admit that, which takes me into my final phase of this commentary, and that is looks. Let's be honest, looks is the first and sometimes the most important element in all of this. But those that solely rely on looks, especially women, because women have a very limited window to procreate. Let's be honest, men can go on, I mean, you could be 80 years old and have children. I mean, there's going to be a massive generational gap between you and your kids, but a woman's prime is a very short-lived window, and women that solely rely on looks to coast through life will sooner or later hit a massive brick wall, and that's when they settle, and that's when they actually settle for less, which is devastating. You know, you kind of see a lot of beautiful women settling just for security. It's very common to see beta male, soy boy, out of shape men who just have security, and that's all that they can offer, wind up with beautiful women. That's a bad matchup, which will, you know, more than likely lead towards divorce, and the guy's gonna pay his ass off in child support and alimony. But at the end of the day, if you want to play your game right, okay, you have to, like I said before in my previous video, maintain your center, maintain your identity, be strong, don't apologize, don't put up with shit, and let her see that, right? So when a woman sees that, hey, like that beautiful girl that I saw at the bar this weekend, she realized, you know what, he's such an asshole and he's threatened by my looks, when in fact I wasn't. But I can guarantee you, she went home thinking about, man, that dude is an asshole, but he didn't budge. Because all night long I saw dudes bend over backwards just to get her attention. Meanwhile, I just scoffed at that because I know, hey, women come, women go. But if they want to spend time with me, if they want to get to know me, hey, I'll open that door because I'm just as friendly, I'm just as nice. Well, I hate that word nice. I'm just as kind, so to say. And anything else is just, like I said, subsurface scatter. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think, what topics you want me to cover, more relationship topics, and I'll see you guys in the next one.